This is your spoiler alert. Please be advised, major spoilers ahead. Again, this is your spoiler alert.
Alright guys, we are doing Free Guy. So, catchphrase. In Free Guy, we have Guy, played by Ryan Reynolds, of course, as you probably already know. And he is an NPC, a non-player character. He is kind of repetitive at the beginning. He gets up, goes to work, grabs a cup of coffee, goes to work, etc., etc. Kind of like the beginning of the Lego movie.
Always use a turn signal. Park between the lines. Yes! Drop off dry cleaning before noon. Read the headlines. Don't forget to smile. Always root for the local sports team. Go sports team!
And he gets up, one day he gets up, he goes to work, and he meets this other character on his way to work, and he hears the music playing in her head.
But then I met her.
Everybody down on the ground. Everybody except you.
She's listening to music, but he hears it and says, "Oh, hey, nice song." She thinks nothing of it, but also believes that it was just like a new feature for the non-player characters, as being a regular playing character, meaning a human playing the game in real life. So she just assumed, it must be an update that they can, hear what you're playing or something in your microphone. Thinks nothing of it really. Guy decides at his work they get robbed every day because that's a part of the game. You go and rob the banks and steal cars and beat up people and all this stuff to gain points. So every day they get robbed, and one day Guy decides, I'm not gonna let this guy rob me. I'm gonna get up and confront him. So he gets up, jumps over the counter, he grabs the guy's gun, and then he grabs the guy's lenses and accidentally shoots this character, and the person in the real world is like, what the heck just happened? I just got booted from the game because this NPC shot me. So Guy decides to put on the glasses, and he gets to see everything that the regular gamers see.
Oh my god! What are these, trick glasses or something?
He finds this girl, and we find out that she is a coder. Now, for those who don't know, coders are the people who basically develop the game. They put in all of the coding that makes the characters do what they do. Is it a super accurate version of coding? Not really, but he meets her, and we find out that she is on a mission to find this hidden thing in the game, because she believes that her code was used in this game, and she's trying to find any kind of evidence that this is being done. While this is going on, she shows him her stash house, where she keeps all of her guns and cars and all of her stuff. He says, "Hey, I want to help you guys. I want to help you out find this thing," and they say, "No, because you're a level 1. Come talk to me when you're over 100." So, Guy, being Guy, thinks, okay, but how do I get to a level 100? And she says, you can, rob people, rob banks, steal cars, do all the bad stuff. But I don't like to do bad stuff. Okay, so you can also rack up points doing good stuff. So he decides to go off and do all the good stuff.
I have So I'm not going to be the good guy.
Thanks, guy.
I'm going to be the great guy.
He starts racking up points, doing all the good stuff, and then he finally comes back and says, "Hey, I'm over level 100 now. Let's get this done." So they go to this stash house that is guarded pretty heavily, and this is where we meet Channing Tatum. He's not really Channing Tatum in the game, it's just his skin is used as this character. So we find out that this bit of evidence that she needs is in his stash house. So that's why we go there. We sneak around the alarm bots, the other NPCs, basically, that are just security guards, and a little fight breaks out, and then he finally pops up and saying, "Hey, what's going on here? Hey, you're the guy who's been racking up points doing good stuff." And so we find out that he's like a Twitch YouTuber, and Guy is now kind of a celebrity.
He's turning heads by being the good guy.
He gives them the thing, but right before they were able to like fully download it, the bad guy shuts it down. The thing is, the bad guy is played by the one and only Taika Waititi.
I'm the guy responsible for this world.
Now, if you guys don't know Taika Waititi, he's done a couple of movies. I will review a couple of them. He did The Wilder People. He directed, and I believe wrote a part of The Wilder People. He did Jojo Rabbit, and he played Adolf Hitler in Jojo Rabbit, which I will get to at some point for you guys as well. Which is kind of funny because he's a darker skinned dude, and he also is Jewish. So it's really funny that he actually played Adolf Hitler, and he did a pretty good job at it too. So with that being said, he's the bad guy in this one. He's kind of a generic bad guy.
He's an asshole.
He just wants money and popularity. Okay, so he shuts the game down because his coders couldn't stop Guy and figure out why this NPC skin is on this character. They think that it's just someone who hacked the system, and they send these coders after him.
Time's up, bank teller!
And it doesn't work, but Guy gets away, and things progress from there. So we get into more towards the end of the story where, yes, we are trying to figure it out. We found out where this piece of code is, but it's behind a firewall. It's behind the map wall, basically. If you've ever played a online game, you have either levels that you can go to, or you have maps. And maps end because they either end or they loop. Well, this one's just a flat map, so there is a border wall.
Doesn't that mean that nothing you do matters?
That makes it where you don't go off and float into nothingness. They did end up finding this piece of code, but it's beyond the stopping wall. So they have to figure out how to go through the stopping wall. So they recruit the ex-boyfriend of the coder, who is also a coder, who happens to be working for the bad guy. Yeah, his name's not actually Bad Guy, which would be funny and ironic, but he decides to help them, and in order for them to be able to get through this little patch of wall, he builds a bridge to this area. Now, the bad guy finds out and decides to send in Dude.
He's ruining the game. Drop in, dude, now.
Yes, Dude. Dude is your stereotypical bodybuilder. I lift things up, I put them down.
I lift things up and put them down.
Misa Dum Dum Dude. He has a catchphrase that is...
Catchphrase.
Yes, literally catchphrase. So, he gets into a fight with Ryan Reynolds' character, Guy, and, a whole bunch of stuff starts to happen. This is from 20th Century Fox, which has been bought by Disney. Disney owns Marvel and Star Wars now. So we get a lot of Star Wars and Marvel references. Iron Man's, I think something with Iron Man, I believe. We get Hulk's arm. We get Captain America's shield. Chris Evans pops up for about a minute, and then just little things happen while he's fighting Dude. He decides to take his glasses that lets him see all of the game stuff, and he puts them on Dude, which is basically I lift things up and put them down again, Dum Dum Dude. So he sees pretty colors and decides to run after the colors and the sparkly lights. Giving Guy the free range to run across the bridge and get to the thing that they were looking for, the coded evidence that they needed to get to. Taika Waititi finds out about this and goes down to the server room and starts destroying servers.
Destroy it.
Which entail start destroying the Guy's world. They get down to the last little bit. Guy is able to pass through this thing while he's running. Bits of the game is disappearing. He gets through to this coded area, and it's found out that yes, he was using the base code for this game off of this person's stuff. It's also an AI, so it's a version of artificial intelligence, so people that were in the game are able to learn and grow. This lady who was just making coffee learned how to make an espresso. Guy became sentient and understood that he was in a game, and etc., and learned how to play the game. We're on the last server, and he's about to give the axe when the real life person comes in and says, hey, don't destroy that. We have evidence on you that you stole our property. I won't sue you. I'll drop the lawsuit if you give us that one server. Of course, he's the bad guy. He's going to take the easy way out and say, okay, whatever. I think he gets put in jail at some point too. And that is basically Guy and all of his friends in that world get to live in this new world. It gets created and grows and changes over time because it's an AI system. They also create basically a Twitch thing where you watch these things develop and grow, kind of like an old reality TV show. So that is basically Free Guy, except for there's this little side thing where the main coder girl and the main coder guy used to date, and they get back together at the very end of the movie. So let's break it down into, was it good or was it not? Okay, so it's a comedy. Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds. That's always fun. It was a fun ride, interesting concept. A lot of the things that you see that were funny were in the trailers, and that's why I try not to watch the trailers, besides maybe one or two of them. If I know a movie's coming out, I kind of already have I will like it or I won't based off of the concept. This concept I kind of liked, so I was like, hey, why not go see it? The storyline is pretty solid. You can't really screw it up with the storyline, and Guy is funny, the characters are funny, the the best friend who's the security guard. I get kind of Kevin Hart vibes off of, you know, he has that kind of comedic up and down style that Kevin Hart always has. It could have been played by Kevin Hart, like honestly, but he probably cost too much to be in the movie. There is an appearance from Channing Tatum, from Chris Evans, and a whole bunch of other people that you probably watched on Twitch maybe, or YouTube gaming, you know, or in the gaming community. There is a character that is Channing Tatum's real life person, the player, and he is the guy from Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. If he looks familiar, that's at least where I know him from. So I would give this a probably 7.5 out of 10. My movie ratings, if I give a movie a 1, it's so bad it's good. It's so bad it's bad. Give it a 2, it's so bad it's good. 3 is it's okay. 4 is it's slightly better than okay. 5 is it's just it's down the road. They didn't try. It's probably 5 is probably the worst because you didn't make it good, you didn't make it bad, you just did something, and it's not really worth watching. 5 is kind of my worst because at least with the 2, it's so bad it's good. With a 5, it's just meh. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you guys liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. Hit the little subscribe button and hit the next video up here if you guys would, and we will see you guys next time. Oh wait, don't have a good day, have a great day. Peace.
He's just like you, but way better. Rated PG-13, only in theaters.